Morningside Middle School, 7th grade, Miss Turner's math class. Whoop, whoop. This week, we are starting our first math lesson, and we're starting with financial literacy. I am really excited about this lesson. We normally start this lesson at the end of the school year, so I'm excited that this is the very first lesson that we're doing. And hopefully, mom, dad, you're watching this with my student so that you can help and they can help understand how you work so hard and what you go through when you work. All right. So this is a paycheck. The top portion of this is what's called a paycheck, and this down here is a paycheck stub. So we're going to learn today how to complete a paycheck and how to complete a paycheck stub and understand what these words mean here, okay? So before we fill out the paycheck, we have to find out how much we made or how much our gross earnings are. Now, the word gross earnings is a vocabulary word for this week, and gross earnings is the amount of money employee earns before deductions. So the amount of earnings an employee earns before deductions. So we're going to use nice round numbers this week. So say, for instance, you make $10 per hour. We know that per is a math term, and per means multiply, right? So $10 multiplied the amount of hours you work, excuse me. So if you're working full-time, most people who work full-time work 40 hours per week. So 10 times 40 is $400. So our gross earnings is going to be $400. Our gross earnings is $400. So, Miss Turner, so that's what our check is going to be, right? $400. I worked 40 hours. I make $10 an hour. So my check is going to be $400, right? Wrong. We have deductions. They're going to come out of your check. Deductions is the amount of money that will be taken out of your paycheck. What? You mean they could take money out of my paycheck? Absolutely. And I'm going to explain each deduction. So the first deduction is federal income tax. Well, Ms. Turner, what is federal income tax? Federal income tax is the amount of money that the government takes out of your check, and it helps the government function. So the government takes money out of your check. This is what helps our military. This is what helps our our offices, our political offices and things like that. It's a lot that our federal income tax does, but the smallest thing or the easiest way I can say is it helps our government function. So our federal income tax, we're going to use nice round numbers. We're going to use 15%. So our gross pay is $400 and the federal income tax is 15%. So in order to figure out what 15% of $400 is, we have to get rid of our percent, add a decimal, move that 2 places, and now we can multiply. So 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 4 is 20, place value. 1 times 0 is 0, 0, 4. Now I'm going to add this together. And then my decimal is 2 places. I'm going to count 2 places. And my federal income tax is $60. So they're going to deduct $60 from our $400. Okay, Ms. Turner, that's it, right? That's it. Nope, I got 2 more deductions at least that's going to come out. Social Security tax. Well, Ms. Turner, what's Social Security tax? Social Security tax is what the government has set up aside. So when you decide to retire at 65 years old, that you'll be able to get a check for all the years that you've worked. So Social Security checks, we're going to use nice round numbers again. So we're going to say Social Security is 10%. So again, if I have 10%, I am going to get rid of my decimal. My percent, add a decimal, move that 2 places, and now I can multiply. So I have 0, 0, 0, place value, 0, 0, 4. Now I can add 0, 0, 0, 4, 2 places in again. So my Social Security is $40. That's going to be deducted. So an additional $40. Now, Medicare tax. Ms. Turner, oh my God, all these taxes. Yes, this is what happens. So Medicare tax. Medicare tax is in place for when you get 65. You'll be able to still have health insurance. Because you get health insurance, most people get health insurance through their employer. But once you're no longer working, you don't have health insurance. So they have Medicare in place for our retirees. So again, I'm going to use nice round numbers, and I'm going to say Medicare tax is another 10%. We've already done the math, so we know that it's $40. Now my total deductions, I'm going to add up just my deductions, not my gross pay, but my deductions. So I know 60 plus 40 is 100, plus 40 more is 140. So my total deductions is $140. Now, here's where the net pay comes in. Net pay is your total pay, is your gross pay minus your total deductions. Your gross pay minus your total deductions. So $400 minus $140. And I have 0. Now, 0 cannot be subtracted from 4. So what do I have to do? That's right. I need to borrow. So I'm going to borrow. So that I'm going to borrow 10 from my 4. Now this becomes 10. 4 minus 10 is 60. 3 minus 1 is 2. So my net pay is $260. Wait, Ms. Turner. So you mean to tell me that I grossed $400, but after my deductions, I'm only going to take home $260? Absolutely. So now that we know what our net pay is, now we can fill out our paycheck. All right. So the day we're going to get paid, here's the day right here. It says August 31st, 2018. It's going to write my date here, 8/31/18. It's going to be paid to the order of. Well, I'm the employee, so I'm going to put my name down. And when you fill this out, you're going to put your name down. So my name is Michelle Turner. I know my handwriting is horrible. Now, my pay in this box right here is not $400, but $260. That's how much my check is going to be. Now, right here, it says dollars. Now I have to write $260 out in words. So I have 260. Now I don't have any cents, so that means 0 cents out of 100, because remember that's a fraction. And then the signature is your boss or whoever's paying you. So for this assignment, the boss or the signature is going to be your parent or your guardian. So make sure your parent or guardian signs. Now my boss is Mr. Edwards. Technically, I'm not supposed to sign his name, but I'm going to do some like chicken scratch. Like that, that means Mr. Edwards. All right. So this is going to be it. When you guys turn this into me, I want your name up top, the date up here, and the class period you have me. I'm so excited for this financial literacy model unit. We will cover this for 8 days, and then we'll have our presentations at the end. All right. See you guys Monday. Super excited. Have a great weekend.